What is up, guys? Whoever you are and wherever you are, welcome back to this channel. Today I wanted to discuss something with you, and that is the newly released GT4 pack for Assetto Corsa Competizone on Xbox One and PS4. Now, this is of course not entirely good or new news, let's say, because it came all the way back on July 15, actually, for PC. So consoles, they are just getting them. This pack came out like a week ago. I actually filmed this video, yeah, the day of the release, but I haven't been able to edit and to record the voiceover and stuff, so yeah, apologizes for that. However, I believe it's better late than never, so today we will be reviewing the contents of this pack, how it performs for consoles, and other things that came along this little update, because you know, want it or not, there was a GT4 update for your game in which not only the cars come but also a ton of other things such as hotfixes and stuff, because when you do purchase the pack you will only have a 10 megabyte download, which means whether you purchase the pack or not, the cars will be there and you are just only downloading the let's say the true statements in the code of the game so that you get access to it, you know. Let's quickly review this pack. First off, we have the cars. What does it include? Only cars on this pack. No new tracks, sadly. And another thing that I think it's worth noting, for those of you insisting that these packs should have the Mustang GT4 and the Supra and the SIR car and stuff, there are a ton of GT4 cars missing on this pack. They are not here because this is based on the 2019 GT4 European Championship. No America, no Supra, no Mustang, no nothing. I think there is even a 911 GT4 car on the American Championship, not 100% sure about that, but yeah, we are only getting 11 cars. And the cars are the following: Audi R8, Porsche Cayman GT4, all of them GT4s of course, but Mercedes AMG, Ginera G55, Alpine, or I think it's pronounced Alpine, Alpine A110. We're also getting the Aston Martin Vantage. We're getting the BMW M4 GT4, the Chevy Camaro, the KTM X-Bow, the Maserati Gran Turismo, the McLaren. We're getting the McLaren 570S, I believe, and that's about it. Like I said, this is based on the European GT4 Championship, so yeah, we're sadly not getting cars from other GT4 series around the world. Now, as for the content, that's just about it. You might be wondering right now, how much do I gotta pay in order to gain access to this 10 megabyte download? You gotta pay, listen to me, you gotta pay around $25 for the whole thing. It's actually like $23.99, I believe, somewhere around that, which is ridiculously expensive. I was not expecting this pack to be this expensive, but I mean, yeah, that was a mistake of part, not expecting a company like Kunos not to not be so greedy. But yeah, like I said before, console versions, it's more than evident right now that it's just a cash grab for them to fund the PC version and of course make some of that juicy profit. So in my opinion, for 11 cars, yeah, it's way too much money. But if you want it and if you don't have an issue with that, yeah, I guess you could get it. There's not much good value for the money, I wouldn't say, but at the same time, yeah, it's the only way we have to access this pack. So what else do we have? Is it worth it? Because it's expensive, but despite the fact that it's expensive, is it worth it? You might be wondering. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say it isn't worth it, but At the same time, it's not so bad, you know. I mean, we will be doing a couple races and you will be the judge. If you don't wanna buy the pack myself, I'm gonna be doing my best absolute job to describe what it is like so you can take a decision, or so you can know if you're missing out or not. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, the vast majority of people don't really want to spend a lot of time on GT4s. Like I mentioned it in a previous video, GT4s were the entire reason I bought this game. So right now that I have them in my hands, it's actually pretty cool. I have to say, despite the fact that we have a couple technical difficulties still, this pack is a ton of fun. Like seriously, some cars, like the Alpine 110, A110 it's called I believe, are just straight up undrivable, at least for me. That might be a skill thing, it doesn't feel like the car is glitched out or something like that, but it's just suffering from an extreme oversteer, and the back just, it's lacking grip, you know. It's just so easy, so ridiculously easy. I can't stress enough how easy it is to lose the car around corners. But then again, I really don't think it's a glitch or something that the devs didn't intend to do. It might just be the way the car is. I just still think it's worth to be brought to your attention before you take your decision if you plan to main this car. Now, what else is going on with this pack? Well, right now, as you can see on screen, I am driving this car, and there is this issue where you are on the view, that one cockpit view with no wheel. However, it somehow glitches out its way on the screen, and the only way to get rid of it, because it's clearly not supposed to be there, is to cycle your views until you get back to the closed cockpit, or I don't know how to call it, screen, and then that's how you get rid of it. But if you don't do it, you will be seeing those hands and that wheel all the time. So I would suggest you to cycle it to avoid any further glitches and, you know, stuff that might make you uncomfortable. Now, there is another couple cars that I tried. I actually didn't get to try every single one of them, so I can tell you for sure. If you guys want me to try every single one, I can for sure do it and make a video about it. But the main cars that I test were the Camaro GT4, it's called the GT4R I think, something like that, and the Mercedes, it's called the AMG GT. It's the one I main and actually my favorite by far, but I still can't learn the proper name of the car. So what are my impressions of this car? Well, both of these cars suffer from that one glitch, as I was mentioning before, but other than that, anything that affects handling or even aesthetics, it all seems pretty good to me. I had, like I said, an absolute blast doing this, although it seems like the game's physics are still a little bit broken. It might just be the wheel support, I don't know, but you still have to do and use wheel settings and wheel steering locks in order to get these to work, else you will suffer from extreme understeer, as it is the case with the GT3 cars. Again, it's not a problem of the pack itself, it's more something that happens to the game in general. So yeah, but I will be leaving at the end of this video steering locks for every car, so please watch for that. Other than that, these cars are amazing, and unfortunately, yeah, we have to deal with this little wheel support problem. I'm hearing issues from players from all types of different wheels. You know, I've been doing a lot of compilations of these issues on previous videos, and unfortunately in this update, it doesn't seem like much progress has been made regarding that, because I still see a ton of people complaining and saying that the game just doesn't work the way it should. So please have that in mind. The game is still virtually unplayable for the vast majority of us. I would say the number has been reduced definitely, but you still see a ton of issues that just make this experience absolutely frustrating, at least for consoles, of course, because we know for a fact that everything is running smoothly on PC, and they are getting regular updates, which I think is unfair, but there is not much we can do about it. So that's for the state of the game. Now you might be wondering, how do I solve these issues? Well, I'm gonna be leaving on screen some steering locks for your wheel so that you can in some way fight back these understeer issues. Just have in mind that the game tends to understeer into oblivion in some certain corners on some certain tracks, and that's just gonna happen no matter what wheel settings you have until it's fixed, of course. And that is with my wheel, with a G920, of course. I haven't heard from anyone else having this issue, so maybe it's just a G920 issue, but I just thought that I would mention it just in case. I just want you guys to be aware, because I think there is a good part actually of us who play on G920, so it's definitely important to bring up. And last but not least, one last issue that I would like to address: cars floating on Spa. If you pay attention, close attention to it, the cars are not even on the ground, they're just floating. I'm gonna be leaving it on the screen. It's just unbelievable and absolutely laughable how sloppy this game is for Xbox and for consoles in general, because I've been hearing complaints for people from PS, but you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, we cannot do much about it, but yeah. So yeah, overall great fun. I mean, I would recommend this pack only if you are willing to race with stock settings with absolutely no changes, because remember, there is no field of view adjustment, there is no wheel calibration, no pedal calibration, so you're going to be understeering into oblivion from time to time, which is a game glitch, and it happens in certain corners, and that's about it. So overall great fun. I'll read this to you if you are willing to put all of the things that I mentioned. And that is everything for today. Please let me know in the comments if you got any solutions to any of these issues, because it's going to help make this game a little more beatable while the devs are sorting it out. What's your favorite pack from this? What's your favorite car from this pack? Tomorrow, I thought I would main the Mercedes because it's my main on GT3s, but it's fun to drive the Camaro. I think I'm gonna be using this car a lot more often. So yeah, I would say the Camaro is my favorite car so far on this pack. I haven't tested them out, like I said, but I doubt they will be to top the Camaro. And that is, see you guys next time.